Mark Levin explodes on Trump's Georgia indictment. This is 100 pages of BS, he says. Let's play a clip.
Welcome back, America. Now, given the police state tactics of the Biden administration and the Democrat Party, now we get to Donald Trump. Remember the Durham report about Russia collusion? People should read it. He shot torpedoes into the side of the Department of Justice and FBI like no prosecutor's ever done in my lifetime. And I speak as a former chief of staff to the Attorney General of the United States. The corruption at the FBI, at the Department of Justice, remains. And it comes at the top. Merrick Garland. Merrick Garland is a very angry man who wanted to be on the Supreme Court. Now he's Attorney General. He's enormous power. And he's using it. Every decision made at the federal level affecting Donald Trump has to be approved by him and his radical left-wing deputy, Deputy Attorney General Monaco. But they're worse than Stalin. These are worse than Stalin trials. These are worse than communist show trials. Can you name one targeted victim during the Stalin regime who was indicted in 4 different jurisdictions? Can you name one who is facing 91 charges? Can you name one who is facing almost 1,000 years in prison? No. This is worse. So why are they doing this? This is all coordinated, folks. All coordinated between the locals, the state, and the feds. All Democrat cities. That's why they're not bumping into each other when they make these announcements. More than that, they're coming seriatim, one after another. You have to plan those things. They don't just happen. They're trying not to interfere with each other, but they're dumping all the charges, making all the publicity, draining Trump of his resources, draining Trump of the ability to campaign for president of the United States, all in the last 5 months. And they want all their trials in the next 6 to 12 months. That's not coincidence. He's charged with crimes relating to election activity. He's charged with crimes relating to documents. He's charged with crimes relating to non-disclosure agreements. He's charged with crimes relating to campaign activity in one state. He was charged before with a phony impeachment where he turned out to be right. And they didn't even go through the normal due process such as it is that the House of Representatives has traditionally. Then he was charged again with another impeachment, and he was tried when he was in Mar-a-Lago. An impeachment that accused him of insurrection and sedition, for which he's never been charged, and he never did. Then we had the Mueller criminal investigation, where he had to give testimony, written answers, and there were thousands of subpoenas. His kids were all brought in. Hundreds and hundreds of witnesses and so forth. They had nothing, all intended to sabotage his presidency. That's a police state. And they're doing it to you. I just went through a whole long list of things, and they're doing it to you right now. Now, on top of that, look at this. They use a grand jury in Washington, D.C. to bring charges that are related to Florida. That violates, as I keep saying here, venue limitations in the Department of Justice manual for prosecutors. That is an abuse of power. What else? You're not supposed to bring actions that may have an impact on an election. That's another section of the Department of Justice regulations. Federal prosecutors and agents may never select the timing of any action, including investigative steps, criminal charges, or statements for the purpose of affecting any election, or for the purpose of giving an advantage or disadvantage to any candidate or political party. The only time they can do it is when it's approved by the Attorney General of the United States. What about attorney-client privilege? Have you ever had an attorney? Have you ever had somebody you're up against? And the person you're up against goes to a judge and says, you know, I think those two are colluding to commit a crime. And she holds a secret hearing. And she says, you know what, I think you're right. So your lawyer has to testify for the other side in a grand jury and provide all the written notes of your conversations. Ladies and gentlemen, why go through the motions of justice? Just hang the guy.
Huh.
You know how far back attorney-client privilege goes? 1577.
Wow.
English common law. That's English common law. But it goes back before America. That, too. Ancient Rome believed in attorney-client privilege. Modern-day America does not. So here are the charges.
Wow. That's
for
insane.
June
I didn't
8th.
know that was that
Documents.
old.
What are they charging him with? Well, violations of the Espionage Act of 1917. That law was created by Woodrow Wilson to imprison 2,000 of his political opponents, as I've told you, including a presidential opponent, Eugene Debs. They rounded him up. They put him in prison so he could get through the election.
Woodrow Wilson was the worst president
False
in history.
statements. False statements? You can drive a truck through that allegation of false statements. What else? The Enron statutes. The Enron obstruction statutes were never intended to be applied to a president of the United States. Here's the crap indictment that all the legal analysts says this is where the problem is, right here. Not if we're a republic with a true rule of law. That's crap. Then we have, here's another one. Here we have the January 6th case. And I've told you before, what did he do, Mr. Smith? 1871 Klan Act. What? The Enron Act. The guy loves the Enron Act on obstruction and a financial fraud statute. Look, right here. Oh, my God. Crap. Mr. Smith goes to Washington, and Mr. Smith blows up the place. Here we have Atlanta, Georgia, by Fannie Willis. Now, look at her indictment. I don't even know if she read the damn thing. You know what this is? 100 pages of bull. I could take one section out of here. Let me ask you a question. Are you allowed to challenge a campaign in open and challenge its legitimacy? According to her, no. So put RICO aside and every other charge aside. She just charged somebody with a felony under state law for exercising their federal First Amendment free speech right. That's part of this crap.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey,
damn, he went in. That was a great video. I didn't know like that the attorney-client privilege. I've been saying, hey, it goes to the beginning of America. No, it goes like 250 years before, and then you go to Rome. Wow. Yeah, and that's what they're doing now. They're charging Trump's attorneys and everything for nothing because they filed paperwork even past the attorney-client privilege. It's nuts. So not even do they want to go and give your lawyer what you talk to your lawyer about. They want to prosecute your lawyer for representing you. Like, how is that even anything that anyone could agree with? Even Fannie Willis's colleagues. Like, how can you go along with this? You would think I don't know, they're just all so corrupt. They would just want their power, want their campaign, and I guess they think they're actually going to win, which is amazing to me. Or I don't know what they think. I don't understand what the plan is. It's all backfiring in the polls. I guess they're just really hoping they could get Trump off the ballot. Is that their end goal? They're like, well, if we can get him off the ballot, then we're golden. But what if another Republican wins? What if Dave Smith steps up and he wins? You don't think Dave Smith's going to go after you? They got a lot of balls. This is a huge risk for them, but they're going all in. It's like a poker game. They're just going all in. They have no cards, but they're going to go all in on the chance of winning. You might lose it all, but they might win everything. So that's what they're doing. Very interesting. It's going to be very interesting how the next year plays out, right? Because if Trump wins, it's going to be insane. If there's no if they take him off the ballot, it's going to be insane. It's going to be a wild year. My hope is that the judge just doesn't. No judge wants to take him off the ballot, or it goes to Supreme Court or something. I don't know. It's going to be very interesting. But yeah, if Trump wins, he's going to go after all these people. And again, if a Republican wins, which they most likely will, because like I was talking on the last segment, all the immigration, the economy, a Republican's probably going to win. So if it's Ramaswamy, DeSantis isn't going to do anything, sadly. But Ramaswamy, someone like that, Ramaswamy's the only guy in the ticket that I could see that. Hopefully, if Trump somehow can't win, Dave Smith goes to the Libertarian or runs as a Republican, and he gets in there because he would dismantle all of it, and he would just crush all these people and just get it back to normal. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe for daily news updates, smash that like button, share this video with your friends, and share your thoughts on the story in the comments below. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.